Brought to you by the new Faro's Lounge Kickstarter. We are halfway through the second chapter of the AracKnight Returns. Let's recap the last 2 pages, and let's make 2 new pages. Today I'm going to buy a brand new laptop. I got it right there. Oh, I'm looking at her. Look at that baby right there. Oh, I'm looking at you. We got HP Omnibook. Yes, yes. We shall wait and see. Cashback. Yes, yes, yes. I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you. We'll get to you. Where are we? All right. We had Commissioner Stacy, of course, wasn't in on the thing. Picked up, he found the scientists. So now we have that going on. Mayor Jameson collected the scientists in order to help his son, which we reveal is he traded Spider-Man, but traded Spider-Man to who? Are we revealing that Nick Fury is saving Spider-Man's ass right now? Or is it some random kid in a random farm out there in the wastelands? Remember, we have this precedent that we set the idea that a lot of America fell into a civil war. New York City seceded, became its own independent city-state kind of kingdom, dealt arms to both sides, kind of like a very devious thing, and just kind of helped North and South, East and West beat the shit out. Yeah, the first Civil War was North and South. This will be East and West. Who the fuck knows? Red and blue. The red and the blue. Oh, yeah, I like that. The red and the blue. Spider-Man hits the center button of his belt. Spider-Man sitting on it. Okay, all right. So this is where we are. All right, let's get caught up here. Pages 11 and 12 we did last time. Today's class, we're doing 13 and 14. Here we go. We cut to a shot of what looks like the wasteland spread of a ruined city, where sandstorms and dirty fogs cover what looks like the endless abandoned sprawl. Very similar to what Metropolis looked like when Darkseid destroyed it in Justice League, the crappy Zack Snyder movie. We can even have, I want to add something here to page 11, an homage to Planet of the Apes, where we see the ruins of the Statue of Liberty. I like that. Or we move that to the next panel, right? Where Peter, Spider-Man, utility belt. 1 second. Oh no, because he's waking up with scavengers. That's right. Panning in, we see a small gathering of scavengers in ratty hoods and cloaks. There are rats everywhere. They are gathered around an unconscious body, trying to strip it of anything valuable. Meanwhile, along the once populous urban sprawl below Empire City, the last thing I remember is going straight to hell. This can't be heaven or hell. Can't say heaven or hell. This can't be it. All right. Page 11. So I want that here. You know, this big font just fucking driving me crazy because every fucking time I always end up with the stupid fucking character's name right at the lift there. Don't worry about it when it's done, and you can fix it then when you shrink the font. I know. I know. The last thing I remember is going straight to hell. This can't be it. This must be limbo. Or this must be that healing factor that comes with the poison running. Or this must be that healing factor that comes with the poison running through my veins. The poison, which I promise I will spoon feed to Mayor fucking Jameson. Close up on one of the scavengers' dirty, ripped, gloved hands as it takes a grip of what looks like Spider-Man's damaged but still low functional utility belt. Uncle Ben. I keep hoping he's tracking me, like he always does. I keep waiting for Uncle Ben to swoop in and save my ass, just like Alfred. That's why I didn't flinch when he recommended a utility belt. As they grab it, Spider-Man immediately wakens and thrusts upwards, frightening the scavengers. Uncle Ben can track me from any point in Empire City. Discombobulated, Spider-Man immediately goes into attack mode and attempts to shoot webs at the scavengers, who scatter like cockroaches, as well as the rats, who scatter along with them. But his web shooters are empty and broken. They spark and fizzle as he tries to shoot at them. which would be perfect if I wasn't currently several miles under it. He could track me from any point in Empire City, which would be perfect if I wasn't several miles under it. As Spider-Man looks up, he sees another group of scavengers stripping the body of Paste Pot Pete. I am alone, but at least I've got my... Grabbing at his utility belts and gadgets, one of them triggers a glue bomb that explodes all over them. Grabbing at his utility belts and gadgets, one of them triggers a glue bomb. Not his, say Paste Pot Pete's. Paste Pot Pete's. Utility belts and gadgets. One of them triggers a glue bomb that explodes all over them. Spider-Man pulls off his mask as he stands over the dead and glue-drowned bodies of Paste Pot Pete and the scavengers. Looking off into the distance beyond his landing spot, he sees the sun about to set and dark crimson clouds approaching, almost warning of an oncoming doom. Crimson clouds almost warning of the oncoming doom that shadows over the fallen Statue of Liberty. Yeah, let's get that in there because it's one of the best endings. One of those really the best ending to with Planet of the Apes when Taylor sees the ruins of the you do it, you blew it all up, you finally did it. All right, so let's move page 12 to a new page. Again, we'll fix it all in post. We just do the big font here because it's more YouTube camera friendly. We see the sun has set and the dark crimson haze covering the sky provides an endless background as Peter looks like he's been walking for several hours. He is thirsty, cold, and confused. His suit is damaged and torn as he walks shirtless and maskless through the desert. I never realized how isolated I was as a kid. You grow up with the technological advances of an Empire City education, and you're fooled to think the rest of the world has the same prides and privileges. Collapsing down for a spell, we see Peter rest his head on a large rock as he attempts to take a nap. I was a baby when the Second Civil War broke out. I remember our city pledging neutrality. I remember our city pledging neutrality, and then seceding from both sides immediately after the first fire, renaming our independent kingdom Empire City. Bold statement, but neutrality gave way to greed, and soon our ironworks were pumping out weapons instead of welfare. I should have been helping them. Instead, we fed their fires. What then? That's not then. Then acted surprised when everything burned. Just as he finally dozes off, the ground comes alive, rumbling and shaking like an elemental monster that attacked Flash Gordon on the swamp planet. S-effects on the ground coming to life like a monster. Norman was right. Empire City is more than an advanced infrastructure. It's alive. It's pure evil. I no longer resent my parents. They were protecting me. That's it. Immediately springing into action, Spider-Man tries to wrestle with what is apparently the Sandman, as he is without his suit and is reaming and shaking around like an uncontrollable monster blob. Large sand-laced arms and fists pound and punch at Spider-Man, choking and overwhelming him. I am a hypocrite as well. What have I done with the extraordinary powers gifted to me by fate and science? What have I done for the people of the wastelands? The survivors? Close-up of Spider-Man frantically trying to reach a device in the center of his utility belt. I brought Mary Jane down here on a date, figuring the best way to impress an international supermodel was to take her to somewhere dangerous. What he's basically saying with this line is, I didn't do shit. I took advantage. I took this place with regret. I brought a fucking date down here to do something fucking wild. Spider-Man hits the center button of his belt. It also goes to show that at the end of the day, while being a hero, he's still a young kid. He's still fucking immature. He's in his 20s here. Spider-Man hits the center button of his belt with the Spider-Man insignia on it. Jameson was right. Jameson was right about me. I deserve this. This is how it should end. Suddenly, the Sandman is hit with a large blast of electricity. Wait, where's the fizzle? Oh, SFX of the button being hit, but the button is broken, and the SFX should show it fizzle instead of igniting, just like his web shooter's all broken. Jameson was right about me. I deserve this. This is how it should end. Son of the Salmon is hit with a large blast of electricity. I'm thinking we're probably gonna ditch the kid and the fucking pigeons. Now, I was stuck here because I was trying to figure out whether we left it here that he gets hit, right? Suddenly the salmon is hit with a large blast of electricity. We see the blast continue and envelope his body as the electricity coursing through the Sandman begins transforming him into glass. The electricity is sandblasting the Sandman into a glass sculpture, a la the frozen T-1000 in Terminator 2. I may be a high school dropout, and I'm severely dehydrated, but I know what happens when you blast sand with a high current of electricity. So what we wanted to do here at page 13 is we want to figure out who the fuck hit him with that electric blast. Whether it was going to be some random peasant farmers that kind of hide Spider-Man and then maybe S.H.I.E.L.D. catches up to him, or maybe Spider-Man saves them from some fucking scavengers. It could be Peter Parker. I'm Agent Clemmer. My name is Clemmer. I'm an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. Yeah, let's have Clemmer do it. Because you know what? We're just ripping off Logan. Old Man Logan, or with that movie Logan, where Logan goes and hides out at a farm, and the bad guys come and he fights them off. So that's been done in a movie, so let's not do that. But let's do some mining and figure out where our story's going to go for pages 13 and 14 in this lesson 7 of the AracKnight Returns chapter 2. And I'm going to buy a laptop. Maybe bang a hooker. Maybe. Let's see how much money we got left. All right. We start with if we were sitting at home, it's February 1976, and our latest 2 issues of The Amazing Spider-Man have arrived. Well, not the 2 issues of Amazing Spider-Man. 2 Spider-Man comic books have arrived. Of course, we have The Amazing Spider-Man 153 on our desk, and we have Marvel Team Up 42. So the idea is to use these 2 comic books to write page 13, and if all goes well, the next 2 to write page 14. Let's do this shit. Peter continues to reconcile with MJ after she becomes upset with his recurrent disappearing act while interviewing former football star Dr. Bradley Bolton. Spider-Man becomes involved in a plot with the villain Kane, who's kidnapped Bolton's daughter. What are Payne's demands? And will Spider-Man be able to save both Bolton and his daughter? Mrs. Barnes, you've got a lovely daughter. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, so Spider-Man's out swinging, looking for some fucking damage. Mary Jane's pissed off at him because he was all wrapped up in fucking Gwen Stacy, and then they finally got back together, and he ditched out an engagement party. He's a shithead, and even though he's fucking her, he's not telling her that he's Spider-Man, which is really fucking annoying. Spider-Man, of course, says, all right, let me get the fuck out of here and just go beat up some bad guys, jump in front of some fucking cabs, make the cab fucking pull up. Now we got the bad guy. Spider-Man jumps through the window, punches the guy in the fucking side of the head. The cab comes away. The cab driver's pissed, but then Spider-Man puts the doors back on for him and says, look, just, blow out of here, okay? I fucking saved you. But he was like, I was much happier being shot at. So Mary Jane is pissed, so now she's going to start hanging out with another dude. But you know what? Serves him right. He should tell her he's fucking Spider-Man. This time I'm going to make her listen to me if all right, so pretty good there, Pete. Oh, she's pissed off. So fuck him. I like it. Not that Mary Jane counts for anything. No, Mary Jane is just something to be brought to parties and ignored while you go gallivanting around snapping your precious glossies. And what did you do, Peter Parker? I have to get out of my mind to let you talk to me. Oh, she's pissed. They like to be left alone. I'm sorry you're annoyed, but I promise you won't regret listening to me. Look, spare me the small talk, Mr. Parker. Just say what you have to say, get off my back. Do. Maybe we should forget the whole thing. Just tell you, fucking Spider-Man, you cunt. Ugh. I hate this shit sometimes. But again, it's women. I'm the type of guy, just keep yelling. Just tell you fucking Spider-Man! Alright, who's this fucking guy? Is this Ned Leeds? Ned Leeds is hanging out. Oh, you ever hear of Bradley Bolton? He was the big man on campus some year back, a football star or something. Well, now he's a big shot computer wizard, visiting ESU for a homecoming, and Jameson sent me to interview. Problem is, I don't know zilch about computers. Alright, so they're gonna go interview this guy at the stadium. Oh, I remember this one. Bradley Bolton fell into a life of chicks and drugs. Right? This is the right one? I'm Ned Leeds of the Daily Bugle, sir. This is my friend Peter Parker. Pleasure to meet you, sir. I enjoyed your treatise on intermolecular computer synapses. So you're the one who read that thing. Ha 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 ha. Oh, God, he ditched Mary Jane again. Not good. Not good. He was walking, he was making up for fucking Bradley Boom Boom Bolton was the best darn quarterback this campus ever saw. Brad Bolton. I like that name. We got to use it for football or something. But again, he's a molecular scientist. Stadium wasn't quite so fancy then. The goal stalls still looked like goalposts, not op art designs. Made no difference to me despite my proclivity for electronics. All I cared about was playing football. But we got injured in the final game of the season. Empire State was playing Metro U for the league championship. The score was tied going into the last 2 minutes of the final quarter, but I was determined to break that tie, one way or another. We were on the 1 yard line when Grabowski snapped the ball to me, and I took off like a shot. 100 yards away, my goal beckoned to me with both open arms. All I had to do was get past the Metro defensive line, and the championship was ours. Sure, that's all I had to do. But why not? After only 100 yards, just a lousy 100 yards, I could go that distance in my sleep. For I sprinted forward, cleats tearing into the turf, giving everything I had, like my life depended on it. Only 90 yards. Oh, Jesus Christ. This is one of those fucking one miserable foot. He basically got fucked up and he didn't make it 1 yard. They got him at the one. They basically pulled the fucking Super Bowl 2000 on him, where Mike fucking White prevented fucking what's his face from getting in the end zone, and Steve McNair would have been Super Bowl MVP. When I tried to score, I shattered the spirit of the. When I failed to score, I shattered the spirit of the team. That's when I gave up football, fellas. Not that computer technology doesn't have its good points, of course. I met my wife while working for Stark International. Those days, Ellen and our daughter Mindy are all the rooting section I need. In their eyes, I'm still the champ. What the fuck am I reading here? All right, so they got this guy's. He's coming in for the homecoming dance to do a speech, but of course he's been blackmailed. Tisk tisk, doctor, such language. Come sit down. Help me feed my feathered friends, and we'll talk. Oh, we're back to the pigeons. So these guys have his daughter. Little service of my employer. What sort of service? Final component of the computer you constructed with Dr. Armstrong. Catalog all worldwide habitual offenders. Ah, as seen in recent issues of Daredevil. So they're trying to give Daredevil the rub here. All right, Daredevil, I like it. Later this evening, my employer would like you to turn over that computer part to us. And as soon as that's in our possession, we return your daughter. Another one, killing pigeons. I can't say I'm a big fan of pigeons, but I really felt bad for the fucking kid with his pigeon on the roof. I'm still thinking about this fucking kid and his pigeon. I'm certain you understand what that means. Get my point? Not at all that many people attend homecoming anymore. Some Empire State grads have prior commitments. Every year, some always forget, and others just don't think it's worth the effort. So the homecoming dance that's held each year really turns out to be mostly for ESU's student body. That's just an excuse to get the main characters in this. Sorry, MJ, mind if I cut in? Not a bit, Peter. Come on, this joint's just shaking. Later, lady. I gotta talk to Ned for. Oh, you're a dick. Wow. Wow. You really learned to fucking hate Peter Parker right now. That's Bolton with his wife. I'll bring Mindy's back. All right, so he's got to bring his wife back. I love to, Mr. Parker. Right in your thick head. Want to bury the hatchet? You said, dick. You're a dick. All right. Now they're dancing. All right, they're dancing. Just take her in the fucking. It's like, no, you just gotta just go upstairs, eat a butt. Bolton's leaving, and you're gonna blow her off with this Bradley Bolton. I get it about doing the right thing. So Peter dumps fucking Mary Jane off on poor Harry, who's all fucking doped up on fucking probably antidepressants. And he's gonna follow Bolton. He's gonna change into fucking Spider-Man. They're gonna have his kid there on the front line. This is just one of those really dumb This is a filler story. They shoot at him. He's outrunning the bullets like he's running to the fucking quarterback again. He saves his fucking kid, but he dies in the shot. Spider-Man gets there way too fucking late to do anything fucking helpful. Beats up the fucking thug, kicks the thug in the fucking head. The gangster turns around, says, "I'm gonna fucking shoot you, you prick and you cunt." He punches this guy in the fucking head. Punches the other guy in the fucking head. Everybody gets punched in the head. He dies, but he saves his kid. What a piece of shit fucking story. I didn't like it. I like a continuity. Give me a fucking ongoing story. That was a one-shot piece of shit, dumb fucking story of some former quarterback outrunning bullets. Really? Fuck does that do for our fucking narrative? Cocksucker. All right, but we got Sandman here. But just to punish ourselves, just to fucking punish yourselves right here, because if it was 1976 February and we were home, little Farrell at home reading fucking comic books, this would be the next issue that arrived. Spider-Man and Vision. Remember, we left off, these guys were in Salem, the Salem witch trials. So now Vision somehow showed up before they're going to burn Scarlet Witch at the stake. Ay, ay, ay. Remember, this is the fun part of the writing process. We mine through comic books. We remember the ones we liked and the ones we didn't. Look, sometimes our favorite radio shows, our favorite shows, TV shows, they just don't deliver. Sometimes they do. Let's do this shit. Yep. All right, where are we? That's the next issue. All right, so what we get out of that was Agent Clemmer. Instead of Spider-Man doing the Logan thing and going over some fucking kid in a random ramshackle place, which I thought about doing, but is it convenient? Remember, he's been wandering through for a while. He takes a chance to sleep for a little bit. The Sandman attacks. You know what? They were tracking the Sandman. He gets hit with a blast of electricity. Laying up against the now glass molded Sandman. Let's have him fall like almost like Han Solo getting frozen in carbonite. Frozen solid. Very similar to how Han Solo was frozen in carbonite in in The Empire Strikes Back. We see the Sandman is now a frozen glass glass encased prisoner as the slab of glass falls backward to the ground again, like Han in his frozen chamber. Peter turns and sees what looks like a black-clad soldier holding a large electronic gun, electronically charged gun. There's a large containment vehicle behind her. The agent pulls off her mask to reveal herself. She is Agent Judith Clemmer of S.H.I.E.L.D. Sexy, blonde, bombshell. A throwback to Charlie's Angels. Yeah, we like Bond girls in our stories. Machismo. Testosterone. Men being fucking men. All right. The agent pulls off her mask to reveal herself. She is Agent Judith Clemmer of S.H.I.E.L.D., the sexy blonde bombshell, a throwback to Charlie's Angels. All right, let's see what else we got. Let's finish the page in terms of art direction, and we'll move on to dialogue. All right, Spider-Man and the Vision. But you will be destroyed in an instant at the command of the Dark Rider. Oh, fuck off. I get a feeling, I get a bad feeling about this. No, what we got? We go panel by panel. That's the part we don't cheap out on. All right, where are we? We are in when your strange behavior led you to take an adventurous Quinjet and fly to Latveria, Wanda. I never dreamt it would lead to this. We're here in Salem. Burn the bitch! She's a witch! Somehow Cotton Mather got access to Doom's time machine and he used it to travel to the future to kidnap you and add another witch to the fire. So they're about to get burned at the stake. This is Spider-Man the Brave and the Bold. The one known as Mather seems to be possessed by some outside influence. But who or what could be possessing him and why? Is it Doom? Oh, and then somebody throws a stone at Vision's head. Dude, it'd be great if Vision just went bots and just started killing all these motherfuckers with his laser vision. And then she puts a fucking hex on motherfuckers because she's the Scarlet Witch and people are getting fucked up. I mean, look, we could have fucking Spider-Man getting captured by fucking peasants and almost burned at the stake a la this Salem witch shit. That could work too. That could work too. You can get in there with Nick Fury and learn that fucking things below bombed to the Stone Age. At some point, Peter was going to want to get word to Uncle Ben. All right. Sativa's going through my veins. You'll die for that witch. All right, they're going to try and burn. Always remember, don't always dismiss because you never know what you could use. They're coming after Vision. They're coming after Spider-Man. Sometimes it's just fucking stupid. But you want to see if you can use anything. We're mining. Essentially, we are crypto mining for good ideas to use in our Spider-Man story. The idea is we keep writing Spider-Man until we run out of fucking Spider-Man and we just run out of interest and move on to the next characters. Perhaps even multiple stories at once. Oh, one can dream, one can dream. The demon and the woman. They think Vision's a demon. They're trying to stab him with fucking pitchforks. It's not working out. Gotham Mather's still yelling. Scarlet Witch is still hexing. She's opening fucking holes in the floor. And then she just gets fucking shot in the head. Holy shit. A lead ball will drop ye afore ye may cast another spell. I like that. 'Tis death, beloved. Oh, I'm gonna fuck you guys up. Oh, Vision's gonna fuck people up. But Cotton Mather hits him with the cross. Holy shit. Find them. And Spider-Man wakes up in Salem jail, stranger. And yes, day your death as ye may ever want to find yourself. I've got no water else I'd offer ye a drink. I'm called John Proctor, friend, and I'm sorry that you've been forced here to join us. You grab your words, they be as strange as your friends chained to another wall. It's a dark tale, that this, my friend, a tale that I find myself at a loss to relate to ye. As it becomes darker and more mysterious. Oh, Jesus Christ. 'Twas autumn, the time of the harvest in the year of our Lord 1691, and that the devil did ascend upon the Salem village. You may be cursed, John Proctor. I saw how you did covet my grain. Oh, good God. Remember, we can bring this into, like, there are places in the wasteland that can just bomb to the fucking prehistoric Stone Age. New Salem from faraway Barbados. Voodoo. Tituba was the woman's name. She wasn't a cook. She was the cook in the house of the Reverend Samuel Parris. 'Twas her daughter, 9-year-old Betty, and her 11-year-old cousin Abigail. All right, so we got witches here with the voodoo dolls. Mary Walcott, Betty Paris, you have no chores that ye cannot. Are we like in the Crucible? Because I never read too many books about the Salem witch trials, but I know they try to force you in fucking school. I was the kid in school that got in trouble because I hid Spider-Man. I was reading this. I was reading Spider-Man fucking comic books in my textbooks when the teachers were reading the textbooks. I hid Spider-Man comic books, and now I'm writing Spider-Man. Life full circle. Ye name this good woman a witch. What evidence have ye? All right, this is running way too long. But again, we want to see. So witches are getting hanged, and they're going to blame the Scarlet Witch. The girls cried out. They did take a dislike in me wife, and then myself. I dare denounce their enchantment. I mean, shit, we can have Spider. No, remember, no, he's lost all his powers. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy, saith the Lord's Prayer. All right, so people are getting hung. And Cotton Mather shows up and says, nah, you guys are doing things all wrong here. Met Mather, have ye? That accounts for thy presence here in this jail. The man is a fanatic, but he has all of Salem at his back. Ay, ay, ay. Spider-Man is going to break out of his shackles. Although I won't be given the title for another 275 years. Liberate myself from this phase of Salem justice. All right. He pulls out. He gets Vision out, but I'm assuming, all right, he gets Scarlet Witch out. Just as when I thought a prime specimen, as half-baked as the ones on Gunsmoke. He thinks this witchery goes too far when it doth keep a man from his board and bed. All right, I'm not feeling this fucking story. Spider-Man's gonna bust on through, tie this fucking guy up, then he's gonna let everybody out. All right, if this guy's just gonna keep talking, there's nothing going on in the story. It's just a lot of escape, and what follows is they're gonna go in. They're gonna and here comes the Dark Rider. Yes, Mather, the Dark Rider has come. 'Twas your power that did allow me to do the Lord's work in Salem. I thank ye, Master. I like this Dark Rider. When Salem has been cleansed, shall we say, then I will come to my own. All right, so obviously this Dark Rider's some fucking villain we're not expecting it to be. Vision comes out, punches him in the fucking head. You have deprived me of a useful pawn, and I dare say, from what has been thus said thus far, the woman is free. Oh, I hate this fucking story. You know what it is? You know when you're stuck in filler. Who's the fucking Dark Rider? It's Doctor Doom. And through it rankles to ally myself with such as you, I find now that I must, or the earth as we have come to know it will never be. Oh, geez. So this was dragged out for you to buy for this one fucking page reveal that it's Doctor Doom stuck in Salem. And you gotta read the next fucking issue to find out why. He's come, the avenging able, the Lord has come at last. The man will be saved from himself. Brother, you in for a surprise. Oh, fuck your brother. You know, I was reading in UK Marvel Comics Heroes, which is a really cool, was a great, I mean, it's not, I don't think it's around anymore. It's a great comic journalism magazine from the UK. It actually focused more on it. It was more adult driven as opposed to Wizard, which wrote for fucking 3-year-olds. Fools, how can you hope to defeat a being who has lived for centuries? Side by side with the Vision and Scarlet Witch. All right. Okay. What if? What if? What if they encase him in glass, right? They shoot him full of glass. What if we extend this a little further? We could really do some Game of Thrones shit here. Instead of going for, okay, Sandman's about to swallow Spider Man whole, he's shot up full of glass. He's shot up full of glass. Or the Vulture should bust him out. Or Green Goblin should bust him out. Somebody's got to save Spider Man, but Spider Man's got to get caught. That's where we're at this story right now. Did we want to do another hallucinatory scene where he hallucinates fucking Doctor Doom, Darth Doom? I mean, shit, we could do some wicked shit right now. I was saving Darth Doom from Mars to battle the Fantastic Four, but now we're bringing in fucking Doom here. Darth Doom. I want to see how cosmic we want to feel like going into this story. At the end of the day, we're the creative team, we're the creative juices. You just don't want it to be too silly because then you kill your story. Right now, we have just taken the AracKnight out of Empire City. Whether it's for a while or we're going to go on an adventure here and then he goes back to Empire City, that's what we got to decide. Because what you can have here is he could be stuck inside the Sandman swallowing him whole, right? The agent pulls. Oh yeah, Peter turns covered in glass shards as he frees himself from the Sandman's near whale-like swallow. Peter turns and sees what looks like a black-clad soldier holding a large electrically charged gun. There is a large containment vehicle behind her. The agent pulls off her mask to reveal herself. She is Agent Judith Klemmer of S.H.I.E.L.D., sexy blonde bombshell, throwback to Charlie's Angels. Frozen solids, very similar to how Han Solo was K. We were there. The high in concentration of electricity. What if, I mean, there's a possibility of having Peter going up against fucking Doctor Doom right now in the Wastelands. But I almost like it better as they could be the ones to go rescue Tony Stark. He can actually get the mission to go after Stark. He can go at the mission about a green giant rummaging through the wastelands. Norman Osborn, Doctor O. We got a lot of birds up in the air. We're trying to figure out what to do with our birds. Do we want to just go standard? He was about to get eaten alive by the Sandman. They found him. He got saved by the Shield, and they're bringing him in for a mission. Fuck it, because we're gonna do pigeons and him out in the wastelands and almost being fucking harvested. But we did that with the Savage Land. Let's give Peter a mission. We don't want to drag things out unless we can come up with something interesting. Do we want a side mission out here in the wastelands before he gets in with S.H.I.E.L.D.? Or is it so immediate as he lands, he almost gets fucked up, he's wandering around for a while, and then S.H.I.E.L.D. finds him? Because we reveal, remember, the line that we had beforehand with Commissioner Stacy and Mayor Jameson was them saying, I traded Spider Man's life. Remember, he says, why did Spider Man have to die? Let's get back here real quick. Right here, okay. Where are these saints being kept? They're safe with my loyal flank. But I'll tell Castle and DeWolf to shoot all three of them right now if you consistently persist to keep me in the dark. I understand your loyalty to the city, but first things first. Why did Spider Man have to die? I didn't kill him, Jordan. I merely traded his life. Well, in essence, all of their lives for my son. All right, there we go. The idea is that Norman Osborn, as the mayor, was not sharing any tech with the rest of the country. Jameson is. So while Jameson is a piece of shit to Spider-Man, we got to show that Jameson's a good guy. A good guy. All right, so let's get there. Let's get to that. We don't got to waste time. I don't like to waste time. If you're not confident on a thread you want to create with a side mission, it'll just be filler. And we do not like filler. Frozen, very similar. We have the SFX, right? It was a high school drop at high concentration of electricity. Frozen solid, very similar to how Han Solo was frozen carbonite. SFX of the slab. Glass dropping to the ground. Part of me is relieved. Part of me relieved that the monster was just trying to swallow me. Part of me is relieved that the monster that was just trying to swallow me whole is now. Part of me is relieved that the monster that was just trying to swallow me is now a slab of carbonite. But then I think, but then I think, what does this dark rider have planned for me? I mean, shit, you could have the dark rider show up and it's Dr. fucking Doom. Yeah. You can't use Doctor Doom in a fucking Spider-Man story. You could. You could. But is that where we want to put him? Is he saving fucking Spider-Man right now? Remember, we read the idea is to let fate and faith and coincidence, all this crazy shit. If we're just coming up on a Dark Rider character, I mean, if we were writing a comedy, you'd have this Dark Rider come in with this dramatic speech, and then somebody fucking shoots him. Like he comes in with this long, boring speech, like in the last issue, that fucking long bullshit filler, blah blah blah. I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do that. Just bam, somebody blows his fucking head off, and it's Agent Clemmer. Part of me is relieved that monster that was just trying to swallow me is now a slab of carbonite. But then I think, what does this Dark Rider have planned for me? Covered in glass shards as he frees himself from the Sandman's nearly whale-like swallow, Peter turns and sees what looks like a black-clad soldier holding a large electrically charged gun. Sees, let's see what it looks like. He's a black-clad soldier holding a large electronically charged gun. There is a large containment vehicle behind her. All right. He was just about to say, I deserve this. Okay, I may be a high school dropout, and I'm severely dehydrated, but I know what happens when you blast sand with a high concentration of electricity. Part of me is relieved that monster was just trying to swallow me whole. Part of me is relieved that the monster. Part of me is relieved that monster. That the monster. Part of me is relieved that the monster that was just trying to swallow me whole is now a slab of carbon. Is now a slab of carbonite. But then I think, what does this Dark Rider have planned for me? You just move, but then I think, what does this Dark Rider have planned for me? Yeah, okay. But then I think, what does this Dark Rider have planned for me? Agent pulls off the mask to reveal herself. She is Agent Judith Clemmer of S.H.I.E.L.D., the sexy blonde bombshell, a throwback to Charlie's Angels. It's 1976. All right. Agent Clemmer, who we saw in Marvel Team Up. So the Marvel Team Up has given us some juice to play with. The agent pulls off a mask to reveal herself. She is Agent Judith Clemmer of S.H.I.E.L.D., a sexy blonde bombshell, a throwback to Charlie's Angels. Peter Parker. Peter Parker. I'm Agent Clemmer of S.H.I.E.L.D. What does Dark Rider? But then I think, what does this Dark Rider have planned for me? Agent pulls her mask to reveal herself. She's Agent Judith Clemmer of S.H.I.E.L.D., sexy blonde bombshell, a throwback to Charlie's Angels. Peter Parker. Peter Parker? I'm Agent Clemmer of S.H.I.E.L.D. Now, she doesn't know he's Peter Parker. They don't know who he is, right? They don't know who he is yet. They haven't looked that far into him. I don't want it that they know fucking everything. Maybe they do. Do they? I mean, they traded his life, so they know who the fuck he is. All right, so remember they have never seen him without the mask. Are you Peter Parker? Peter will say. I'd be more inclined to answer if you could put down the cannon. I'd be more inclined to answer if you could lower that cannon. I need something cute here. You know, the man just did plummet, but at the end of the day, he's still Peter Parker. Are you Peter Parker? I'd be more inclined to answer if you could lower that cannon. Are you Peter Parker? They would. Do they know who the fuck he is? Are you Peter Parker? Do we want that? See, that's where I'm stuck right now. They traded Spider-Man's life. He's not wearing his mask right now, but he has the utility belt on. And they are tracking. They were tracking the Sandman. Spider-Man's trackers were all busted. Are you Peter Parker? Are you an electronic? Are you a giant gun salesman? I don't like that. Depends. Depends. Are you a giant gun salesman? She'll say. Are you Peter Parker? Depends. Are you a giant gun salesman? Are you a giant gun salesman? Depends. Are you a giant gun salesman? Are you Peter Parker? You know what? Let's move these lines over here. Let's put this line back here. But it doesn't fit. No, it does. What does the talk right up plan to? Oh, the line's already there. We never erased it. So move that out. Move this here. Yeah, I like that. I like this cute little line here. Are you Peter Parker? She could say, are you the one they call Spider-Man? They don't know that he's Peter Parker. Are you the one they call Spider-Man? Are you the one they call... Are you the one they call Spider-Man? Depends. Are you a giant gun salesman? Are you the one they call Spider-Man? Depends. Are you a giant gun salesman? The agent pulls her mask off to reveal herself. She is Agent Judith Clemmer of S.H.I.E.L.D., a sexy blonde bombshell, a throwback to Charlie's Angels. I'm Agent Clemmer. I'm Agent Clemmer of S.H.I.E.L.D. And you're Peter Parker. Your services. I'm Agent Clemmer of S.H.I.E.L.D. And you're Peter Parker. And you're Peter Parker. All right, she's got to be impressive. She's got to say something hot and cool. And you're Peter Parker. And you're Peter Parker. Your services. Your services are required. I'm Agent Clemmer of S.H.I.E.L.D. I'm Agent Clemmer of S.H.I.E.L.D. And you're Peter Parker. All right, so here we go. You're the ones. Oh, I like this. You're the ones Jameson. You're the ones Jameson hired. Come to finish the job. You're the ones Jameson hired. So you wouldn't say that as a question. You're the thugs Jameson hired. Come to finish the job. I like that. See, now we're getting somewhere. The agent pulls her mask off to reveal herself. She is Agent Judith Clemmer of S.H.I.E.L.D., sexy blonde bombshell with throwback to Charlie's Angels. I'm Agent Clemmer of S.H.I.E.L.D., and you're Peter Parker. You're the thugs Jameson hired. Come to finish the job. Come to finish the job. See, she wins. She's, I'm Agent Clemmer of S.H.I.E.L.D., and you're Peter Parker. Yeah, and you're, right, you're Peter Parker. You're, right, use of your. No, and you are Peter Parker. And you're Peter Parker. You're the thugs Jameson hired. Come to finish the job. Come to finish the job. And she could say something sexy like, you know, maybe later. Your services, your services are required. Maybe later. See, I like she says something sexy. We're gonna get him. He's gonna fuck Agent Clemmer by the time this fucking story's over. Maybe later. You're the thugs Jameson hired. Come to finish the job. Maybe later. Your services are currently required. Your services are currently required at the top level. See, now we're getting somewhere. Now we're getting sexy. See, you don't give up. Stick it out that the fucking dialogue makes writes itself and it's sexy. You're the thugs Jameson hired. Come to finish the job. Maybe later. Not your, wrong use of yours. Your services. Your services are currently required at the top level. Bang. So we got a transition there. Well, we're going to show them. I mean, we saw the containment. We don't need to see them driving in the fucking car, him trying to be all James Bond and talk some shit. So we can transition out of here. We can have the scientists working on fucking John Jameson, the Colonel. Nick Fury can tell him this while we show it. Nick Fury will update Spider-Man and will show what's going on all over Empire fucking City. And the idea is now we had in the AracKnight, the first graphic novel we did, we involved Spider-Man in the launch of the Fantastic Four into space, which was kind of cool. We attached Spider-Man to major Marvel historic events. Here, we can have him as part of the team rescuing fucking Tony Stark. Like, we can have some fucking fun here, man. Extraction. They're bringing him fitting for a fucking extraction. They could literally fucking Suicide Squad these motherfuckers right now. Oh, I love this. I love where we're fucking going right now. I love where we're going. We could literally have Shield captures fucking Spider-Man, Sandman, Norman Osborn, fucking Green Goblin, and fucking Vulture. They can capture everybody except Green Goblin. Green Goblin can bust everybody out. Catches them and forcing them as an extraction team. The idea is, again, America tore itself apart, Civil War. And for now, they've been rebuilding. And there hasn't been any help until Norman Osborn was ousted. Osborn was ousted. He refused to share the gifts of technology to help the country rebuild, but Jameson is. Jameson is. While Jameson's a bastard, we got to give him a good side. We got to have redeeming qualities of Jameson. Jameson was sharing technology. That's what Skybridge was all about. Jameson was sharing technology with fucking S.H.I.E.L.D., with the country. Now, foreign agents, foreign countries are trying to come in and essentially just buy everything outright, eliminate what is left of America. And the one guy that could help, one of the guys with major fucking firepower that could help, that they're kind of holding and forcing him to build something for them, would be Mr. Tony Stark. So instead of getting the Hulk, the obvious is that they get the Hulk, but they're going to be using Spider-Man, Sandman, Vulture, Green, everybody except, I'm thinking everybody except fucking Green Goblin. Like some cool Suicide Squad shit. Everybody else is fucking dead. Everybody else in that fucking D-list team, fuck them all. They didn't survive the plummet. We showed Pace Pot Pete. I don't need to bring the rest of them in. That's way too much characterization. We could literally have it be the four of them. It could be Goblin, fucking Spider-Man, Vulture, Sandman. Literally forced to work together. That would be fucking cool. And they have to go extract fucking Stark. Why can't S.H.I.E.L.D. do it? There's got to be a reason. Let's get that on our notes. In a Suicide Squad twist, Spider-Man, Vulture, Sandman, and maybe Goblin, maybe not. Maybe Goblin, maybe not. Maybe he's the one who busts them out. But he's got to get his hands on tech. But he has to get his hands on some tech. Mayor Osborn refused to share technology from Empire City for country to rebuild. So it wasn't World War III. That's always the obvious. We went for a second Civil War, Civil War II. And the idea is you could really do something with that, is that you get to write the idea of a modern day Civil War with modern day technology, and you could base a lot of your villain and hero origins from this fucking Civil War. Mayor Osborn refused to share technology from Empire City for the country to rebuild. But Mayor Jameson did. And now, and one of those ambassadors was Tony Stark. However, Agents of a foreign empire have taken him and are forcing him into labor to build weapons to finish off America for good. Madripoor. Evil. Madripoor. Singapore. All right. Could be aliens. We can go wild. It could be reason to believe the alien could be fucking Skrulls. Again, we'll have to play around. Doesn't have to be. We're spitballing. Spider-Man, Vulture, Sandman could be forced to extract Stark. We need to figure out the reason why they can't get him alone, that they need Vulture and Spider-Man. Unless they're just using him as fucking patsies. Or the idea is they can go in there to surrender and then extract that way. The point is, we're building up our plot. I like the idea of the fucking forcing them to work together. We're forcing them to work together. Okay, maybe later. Your services are currently required at the top level. Your services are currently required at the highest level. Come with me. Maybe later. Your services are currently required at the highest level. Come with me. So we got a transition there. Unless you want to show them driving into some fucking secret location. Some subterranean location. They can't be in the air. S.H.I.E.L.D. is based on the ground right now. So where are they going? That's what we got to figure out. To finish page 13, where are they going? Do we want to cut to Dr. O? This time, Webhead, I'm going to plant a stay to the wall. And how does he have the power to do it? How can I beat the guy when the webbing goes right through him? The Sandman always strikes twice. Let's do it. Dun, dun, dun. It hasn't been the best of all possible days for everybody's favorite web slinger. A few short hours ago, a man named Peter Parker had come to know admire was brutally murdered because Spider-Man arrived too late to say, oh yeah, this is that Brandon Bolt story. So Spider-Man's pissed off. He's going to beat the shit out of some thugs. He's going to punch one into a fucking wall. The other one's going to shoot his gun. He's pissed off. He smashes the guns. He hates guns. His parents were killed by a gun by the chameleon. He's like Batman. He's taking it out of thugs. The girl is scared. You're beating that man to death. Oh, Jesus Christ. You know what pisses me off is when they get mad at him for being too fucking sharp. You gotta get rid of the footage because you can't show him. I hate that. Beat the fucking man to death. He's a fucking criminal. Got an armored car with the Sandman in it. Oh, I like this. All right, so we got the car in it. There's no way Marco is going to break out of that special plexiglass tube. You know that, and I know that. But this guy's busted jail too many times for the boys. Transport Flint Marco to the city jail. Okay, so we're in a transport vehicle right now. So, okay. They could be in a transport vehicle. She could be explaining some shit to him. She could be literally explaining what we just wrote about Stark. And the fucking truck could get blown up. Somebody stole the Goblin's glider. Because we're going to make it think, of course, that we think it's Norman Osborn attacking this caravan with the Sandman in it. Ooh, we're going somewhere here. A lot of clad folks. Is like, who is down here? Who's down here? Who's the fucking king of the scavengers right now? So who kidnapped Tony Stark? It's a bunch of scavengers, but these scavengers got the Goblin's glider. So we gotta throw another bad guy in here right now. Huh. I like where we're going with this. Something's going on here. That shock bomb must have blown the engine. That's not all it did. It's also cracked the plexiglass tube. Marco has escaped. So somebody busted him out. And he's sanding up everybody. All these purple-clad minions. He turned him back into the Sandman. Okay, buddy. Sorry, Marco, but answers left to wait. That's our ride coming. Who is hiring Clint Marco? It's not Dr. O. I gotta time this carefully. He steals the man's stuff. Dr. Octopus is hiding out. He believes he's being chased by the ghost of Hammerhead. And where did your curiosity regarding our threadbare pursue? I ain't worn these threads in a while. It's Marvel Team Up number 2. Look at that shit. That should not concern you, Sandman. All that matters is that they be required to accomplish a little task I've planned for you. I don't remember volunteering for nothing. Perhaps not, Sandman, but you should be so unwise as to refuse me. You will force me to eliminate you instantly. Ooh, who's hiring the Sandman? Agreed. All right, let's get. I like this dialogue here. Guess I owe you one for springing me, but after this, we're even. You got me? Agreed. Now listen closely, Sam, and I dislike having to repeat myself. I require a particular mechanism stored at the research facility across town. It is your job to bring me that mechanism by whatever means necessary. That's all, huh? Okay, big shot. You got yourself a messenger boy. I'll bring your gizmo, and maybe bag myself a little bonus too. I got me a score to settle with the creeps that nabbed me, and that's as good a time as any to start. All right, Webhead, you've been around. You turned up 0. Why don't you call it a night? So he's swinging around. Spider tracers. Coleman research. His spider sense has gone off. These are the thugs. Who are the thugs working for? I'm assuming I saw that cigarettes. I'm thinking it's Kingpin. It's been a while, so I don't actually remember. So it's kind of fun to find out again for the first time. All right, Sandman in his power suit. Cripes, he's the one bad apple I never said. The Torch and the Sons of the Tiger just helped me put him away. Okay, I regret that. This time I'm going to finish it. Kung Fui. Fights him. Shut your mouth permanently. Webs are blinding me. He covers him web, but then, of course, he's sanding his way out of the web. Sandstorm, we've done this. We just did this. So now he's punching him out. He's pounding on him. He's tied him up again. What is going on? Is it the Kingpin? Oh, cryogenics. All right, here we go. These straps are woven from one of those new polymer plastics stronger than steel. So long, sucker. Struggle all you want. For an instant, the cryogenic converter merely hums, then a bolt of chilling energy lances savagely across the chamber. Well, Webhead, you've turned the proverbial tables again. He crashes it, breaks it. All right, so Sandman's a hired thug, but who's hiring him? Sledgehammer kicks him in the face. He's about to drop a fucking shoulder block on him. Sandman turns into mud. Mud bombs him, punches him into the fucking wall again, turns himself into a big frozen thing of slab of concrete to crush his fucking head. Then he slips on the oil slick, freezes himself in the ray, which we did. We just did this. Kind of fun when it happens before we read about it. So that's it. Move over, Columbo. Watch out, Eldring. There's a brand new master detective on the scene, and he's after the most incredible killer of all. What the fuck just happened? Sandy's out of action till the summer thought all his buddies are uptight. They didn't tell us who's why do they want him frozen? Sheer momentum. This outfit lets me mix different chemicals with my sand. All right, I like that. Charge at me like the Sandman. Taking a lot of grief. Not taking any more. This time I'm going to squash your redhead like the insect you really are. All right, they don't talk about who the fuck this guy was working for. Tried my best. Shot him. Okay, we did the freezing, so we've done this, which is kind of funny that we wrote it into the story and then ended up reading it in the next issue. Brand new master detective. All right, what's this? Who done it? Oh, is this the fucking story with the computer? Oh, this dumb fucking story where a computer kills somebody. I remember this fucking one. Oh, you cocksucker. All right, we'll get back here in a second. What do we get out of that issue, the fight with the Sandman? Do we want them ambushed before they get to S.H.I.E.L.D. headquarters and then S.H.I.E.L.D. saves them? No. What do we got here? Come with me. See, the idea was I was going to have them in that car, and she's telling them what's going down. Or it should be Fury, and then Fury says, "What do you want me to do?" He goes, "I need you to get kidnapped. I need you behind enemy lines." Any one of my guys I try to send back there will end up eating a bullet. However, a superpowered individual that somehow crash lands to Earth might be of use to them. So I'm going to need you to get captured. Nah, I don't like that get captured shit. I thought of the idea of they're driving the S.H.I.E.L.D. headquarters with the Sandman in tow, and someone attacks them on the Goblin glider. Because remember that everybody plummets back down to Earth. The Goblin was on his glider when that bridge was blown up. You could imagine that the Vulture might. He didn't get away. He got busted up by debris. When they get back to S.H.I.E.L.D. headquarters, they should already have the Vulture there. Fuck it, Norman Osborn should be there too. The four of them should literally be forced to go in and go get fucking Stark. Your services are currently required at the highest level. Come with me. All right. So they're driving the S.H.I.E.L.D. headquarters. But we got to figure out where S.H.I.E.L.D. is there, at least now. We got to make it some cool bunker shit. The idea is that he started in New York. He fell underneath Empire City. He was walking for a while. Let's say he's walking east. Let's say he's down by Philly or fucking the ruins of D.C. I'd go for bagels. It'd be like the ruins of Washington, D.C. Yeah, it could be swamp like Dagobah. Yeah, I like that. All right. But we can't just go straight to Dagobah. Because they got to eventually get inland. Philly, Pittsburgh, something. Your services are currently required at the highest level. Come with me. We got to get these guys to be forced to team up together. All right. Anybody approaches, they've gunned us down. They got firepower. He's literally bringing them in for a suicide mission. I like this. It's like almost like a temporary alliance. Temporary servants. All right. So we need a transition here because we can't have them talking in the containment car. We already did the containment car thing. All right. What I'm thinking is let's show Dr. O attempting to escape. We've wanted to go back to Dr. O for a while. They could be monitors, Osborne alive, something that we could use to transition. So we're still here on page 13. Gone through 3 comic books. We'll keep going. It never has to be limited to 2. We keep going till we get the story we want. Your services are currently required at the highest level. Come with me. Well, I want to transition, and then I just got to get me a quick 1 or 2 transitions here. Yes, I want to cut back to Dr. O, getting away on his own. We transition back to the underground lab of Norman Osborn. We transition back to the underground lab of Norman Osborn. We transition back to the underground lab of Norman Osborn, where we see the living brain of Dr. O floating in his Bacta tank while watching what's going on. While watching the monitors about the Sky Bridge explosion, with the headline reading, with the Sky Bridge explosion. He listens to Betty Brant narrate. He listens to Betty Brant broadcasting over the monitor. All right. That's what was driving me crazy, was getting that transition. We transition back to the underground lab of Norman Osborn, where we see the living brain of Dr. O floating in his Bacta tank while watching the monitors about the Skybridge explosion. He listens to Betty Brant broadcasting over the monitor. He listens to Betty Brant broadcasting over the monitor while his brain floats and almost reacts to the news. I like this. Long-standing project that was to be the first olive branch in the reconstruction of the once great nation below was stalled today. Was stalled when what the mayor described as an empire extinction level event. I like that. The long-standing project that was to be the first olive branch in the reconstruction of the once great nation below was stalled when what the mayor described was stalled by what the mayor described as an extinction level event. Was stalled when the mayor was forced into impulsive action. Was stalled when the mayor was forced into impulsive action by what he described as an extinction empire. The long-standing project that was to be the first olive branch in the reconstruction of the once great nation below was stalled when the mayor was forced into impulsive action by what he described as an empire extinction level event. Great, I like that. Get there. We see the bubbles in the tank containing Dr. Octopus's brain. We see the bubbles in the tank containing almost boiling and buzzing as the doctor looks like he is willing himself back to life and movement. SFX of the bubbling cauldron that becomes his Bacta tank. She'll continue to talk. Okay, 1 second, but let's keep going here. Let's move the notes down to 14. Boosh. Suffix of the bubbling cauldron becomes his Bacta tank. Almost like Darth Vader in his own Bacta tank. We see Dr. O, Octopus's living brain, start to motion towards the other tank containing the lizard. We see the lizard is currently in a peaceful slumber. Let's get more panels going. The gadgets in the room start to buzz and shake. The monitors start going haywire. The living brain of Dr. Octopus is almost using Vader-like telekinesis to shake up the room and attempt to escape its confines. Just like a horror movie, we see the lizard spring awake and come to life like a monster. We see a crack in the Bacta tank start to form. SFX of the crack in the tank. There we go. And we just need some dialogue. By what the mayor described as an empire extinction level event. We see the bubbles in the tank containing Dr. Octopus' living brain was bubbling, boiling, and buzzing. Not almost, boiling and buzzing. As the doctor looks like he is willing himself back to life and movement. Let's do this shit. Oh, I need a caption up top here. 1 second. Caption. Across the panel reads. Meanwhile, back back in the clouds, back in the clouds and catacombs of Empire City. I like that. No footnotes. All right. Distinction level event. So we have the art. We have the page is done. The page is not done. The art part is done. We need some dialogue. Dialogue. Do we mind or do we have it in us right now? Let's see what we got. See the bubbles in the tank containing Dr. Octopus. Betty Brant. Among the victims. Among the fallen. Besides our hero. Our hero Spider-Man. It is also believed former Mayor Norman Osborn. Among the fallen, besides our hero Spider-Man. It is also believed former Mayor Norman Osborn was taken out. It is also believed former Mayor Norman Osborn was taken out in the falling debris. Long believed dead. He came riding into battle. He came riding into tonight's battle on what looked like a goblin glider. On what looked like a rocket cycle. A goblin glider. Goblin glider. On what looked like a rocket cycle. A green goblin gliding through the night. That really pisses him off. Almost like Darth Vader in his own bacta tank, we see Dr. Octopus' living brain start to motion towards the other tank containing the lizard. We see the lizard is currently in a peaceful slumber. Betty Brant. While many consider their genetics, while many consider their genetics and makeup to be superhuman, I don't believe there's any way any of them survived. While many consider their genetics and makeups to be superhuman, I don't believe there's any way any of them survived. I like that. The gadgets in the room start to buzz and shake. The monitors start going haywire. The living brain of Dr. Octopus is almost using Vader like telekinesis to shake up the room and attempt to escape his confines. mayor and the commissioner are in a closed door meeting. The mayor and the commissioner are in a closed door meeting, currently dealing with the fallout. There is no fall, they just blew up a bridge, so don't worry about that part. So what do we have here? The gadgets in the room start to buzz and shake. The monitors start going haywire. The living brain of Dr. Octopus is almost using Vader-like telekinesis to shake up the room and attempt to escape his confines. Running too hot. Definitely need to order that new laptop today. An attempt to escape his confines. Betty Brant. What is Betty saying here? I don't believe there's any way any of them survived. The story of the AracKnight. The story of the AracKnight may not yet be finished. As hope is always a beacon for optimism. But it's like the poet once said to the professor, problem with the world today the story of the AracKnight may not yet be finished, as hope is always a beacon for optimism. But it's like the poet once said to the professor, the problem with the world today I bet he could close it out here. Too many villains. Too many villains. And not enough heroes. Problem with the world today. Too many villains. And not enough heroes. Good. Done. That's page 13. Rock and roll. Hoochie coo. Rock and roll. Hoochie coo. Gets us to have a fun transition. We start to show Dr. Octopus is now planning his escape by using the lizard and his living brain powers. We now move on to page 14, where we put together Spider-Man and Nick Fury. But what we need here, we got our notes, we know what we want to do with this page. We need is the location. Are they going to the DC? Do they go more further central? We got to go rescue fucking Tony Stark. We got to get the mission here. All right, so what are we doing here? A Suicide Squad twist. I like this. Get a nice little twist here. 2 pages at a time. All right, let's mine. Where is this secret base? I like the idea of like Tony Stark's in a fucking castle. We have him trapped in an old fucking castle, an old mansion. What mansion could we use? We could use the fucking Biltmore mansion. Can't use New York. Remember, New York's in the air now. Anything left of the New York harbor is still spread out underneath. Go into like one of those like DuPont, like central fucking Pennsylvania mansions, like one of those old school fucking castles. Like one of them Frank Lloyd Wright houses. Yeah, I like where we're going here. All right, let's do it. Our past gone mad. You have come, Doom, as I knew you would. I thought Doom was the fucking Dark Rider. It was your power that drew me here, power such as even Doom has never known. Or you are the Angel of Light, Master, come to battle the darkness of man. Oh, I thought Doom was the Dark Rider. Fuck, I'm retarded. Salem, Massachusetts, 1692, drawn to follow the kidnapped Scarlet Witch into the past via the time platform of Doctor Doom. Spidey and the Vision find themselves onlookers at the Salem witch riots and pawns of an enigmatic game of power, a game seemingly controlled by the mysterious Dark Rider. What if the headquarters like an abandoned freight ship, like rolled over onto the fucking or amusement park? We need to figure out where this hidden base is. Where's this shield hidden level base is? Your master seeks to confound me. Neither side wants you caught and you've been benched. Alright, so they both smack him. Doom has no patience for games unless they are his own. Reveal your purpose in drawing me here, Rider, or face the wrath of Doom. Your wrath is no concern to me. The Dark Rider was but one interest in you and men of your time. The power of witchcraft that some of you possess. A power given to you, Doom, as birthright from your mother. You know of my mother. Alright. I like where we're going here. Well, I hate to break in on your little game of 20 questions. I think we need some fucking answers. Vision wants some answers. The Dark Rider is not going to have any interruptions. My fucking little cat's going to turn into something crazy. My eyes burst, worked on the Rider's first creation. He shoots the cat. I don't like when pets get hurt. Gaze into the future, Victor Von Doom. Gaze into your past. See the young gypsy who will be yourself as he searches among the belongings of his murdered mother. A mother who was a witch. I never suspected, but now her secrets will be mine. Tampering with the secrets of the ages, until in your monumental egoism you went too far. Soon the doors to other worlds, other realities will open before me. So he got a time machine. Power was in you, Doom, and used it well, mastering her black arts to enrich yourself and take you away from the poverty-stricken land of your birth to another land where man sought science with the very mysteries you hungered after through magic. Since we're both Siamese, we'll help us rooming together. The name's Richards. Reed Richards. I share nothing with anyone, Richards. Fuck you and your mother. All right. Never again when I will look at the face, and then you stop there. All you attempted with your power lay dormant within you, untapped as though power enough for your needs. But I have need of that power. It will be mine, Doom. We know this origin. The Dark Rider. It's the dog. I thought the fucking Dark Rider was fucking Doctor Doom. You know that of me which no man could ever guess, not in his darkest dreams. I cannot reach you in time. Vision helps him shoot the cat. Big giant saber tooth, smoldering Siamese. Him and Vision are hanging. Scarlet Witch is walking through the fucking woods. They didn't draw her attractive. She's kind of ugly in this issue. Proximity Doom, the Dark Rider's too slow. Look at me, you bastard. I become that which I am, which I must be. Coward Victor Von Doom, fall on your knees before me. Fall upon the power of the Dark Rider. I kneel to no one. I am a rider on the winds of time. I am eternal. Then be it Doom who slays eternity, Rider. I like Doom. All these guys are being brought out to be shot. Refuse admission and yell, hang! Such is the law. A witch, a witch! He sends his shape to bite the judges. He sends the devil at us. Stop! What are ye saying? Are ye mad? What can they see? He doth send sirens of the Lord of hell against thee to attempt thee. He doth seek. Oh, God, shut the fuck up. What's this? Witches? More witches? More crazy fucking people? Proctor's denial. He's making everybody choke and foam at the mouth. He must be a witch. Kill him too. Here comes the duck. Surely you jest. Can you not see how even the force of your attack is immediately absorbed into my being? Oh, this is annoying. Spider-Man, Scarlet Witch, Vision. She keeps bitching and complaining. She just keeps screaming up against the tree. She spends most of this fucking issue asleep or up against the fucking tree. And Doom's still shooting at this fucking asshole. The red one. Desire, engulfing me. You've stopped a vision, laughing through the flames. He's shrugging them off. He's a badass. He's a crazy son of a bitch. He is the Dark Rider. And then she gets involved and shoots him after sleeping against the tree for most of the issue. But the powers can't release him. Now the Dark Rider race play. For the first time in his life, Doom begins to sense the meaning of the words total defeat. But perhaps not. Not that I think it'll do any good. Spider away, got you smacking the kisser, kicked him in the face, all yours, shot him in the chest, and then he falls clear. Doom wants his prize. The Dark Rider wants it. Spider-Man's on his back. He's fucking blacking out. What just happened? No. Oh, he did. He blacked out. The first rays of dawn tinge the fallen forms about the clearing. The first breeze of day catches the acrid stench that rises from the giant figure of the Dark Rider. Oh, fuck off. Oh, such a. They drag this fucking story out. You see what I'm talking about when I say I fucking hate filler? And that's what you're looking at here. There's nothing interesting about that fucking story based on shooting at each other for 14 fucking pages. And just say the same fucking thing over and over again. Tell me the secrets. Where are you from? Oh, I could tell you, but I want to shoot you in the chest. Can't you see your blast to be nothing? Fuck this fucking issue. Sometimes you get some mining done, and sometimes the comics suck. My asshole. Dragon's the hot ball chick, right? All right, where are we? Who done it? Are you fucking cunt? All right, let's see if we can get this done. If not, we'll mine another issue. Let's do it. An overturned tanker. Yeah, I like some James Bond shit. We see the containment vehicle with Agent Clemmer, Spider-Man, and the captured Sandman driving towards what looks like an overturned tanker ship. Spider-Man talks to Agent Clemmer. Peter Parker. So what does S.H.I.E.L.D. want with me? And please tell me that giant ship we're driving towards is secretly S.H.I.E.L.D. headquarters. So what? Please tell me that giant ship we're driving towards is secretly S.H.I.E.L.D. headquarters, like they always do, like they always do in those James Bond movies. So what does S.H.I.E.L.D. want with me? And please tell me that giant ship we're driving towards is secretly S.H.I.E.L.D. headquarters, like they always do in those James Bond movies. Hull of the overturned tanker opens up. An overturned tanker ship. But where? Where is this tanker ship? I like landmarks. It's more fun with landmarks. Lying, it looks like the ruins of Washington, D.C. So what does S.H.I.E.L.D. want with me? And please tell me that giant ship we're driving towards is secretly S.H.I.E.L.D. headquarters, like they always do in those James Bond movies. The hull of the overturned tanker opens up as the containment vehicle drives through it. The hull of the overturned opens up as the containment vehicle drives through it. And I kind of like a little reality here. My apologies, Spider-Man. My apologies, Spider-Man. This is a tunnel. This is a tunnel. My apologies, Spider-Man. I like the idea they're in the ruins of the White House. Yeah. The hull of the overturned tanker opens up as the containment vehicle drives through it. This is a tunnel. My apologies, Spider-Man. The shield does not waste its money and resources. But shield does not waste its money and resources turning tanks into towns. This is a tunnel. My apologies, Spider-Man. But shield does not waste its money and resources turning tanks into towers. So the idea is we tease you again. We think that it's going to be the headquarters, but it isn't. Turning tanks into towers. Turning tankers into towers. Russian. Let's make her Russian. Sexy, Russian, sexy, tall, Russian blonde bombshell. Bridget Nielsen. Yes. Hating that fucking happens. But yeah, be finished. Right. Right. This is a tunnel. My apologies, Spider-Man. The shield does not waste its money and resources turning tankers into towers. Everybody's perfect. No chin up. Mission. Well, chin up then. SFX of the tanker opening up into a tunnel. Righty. All right. So as the vehicle pulls up, we catch the silhouette of Nick Fury, his long trench coat, and his Piping cigar. Old school super spy vibe. So now we'll need some exposition. Nick Fury will break down what's going down. Let's mine another issue to figure out how to lay this page out. As the vehicle pulls up, you see the silhouette of Nick Fury, his long trench coat, and his piping cigar. His old school super spy vibe. Peter shakes hands with Nick Fury. And then we'll transition out of that. They are inside the president's bomb shelter under the White House. Peter gets out. We catch the silhouette of Nick Fury, his long trench coat, and his piping cigar, old school super spy vibe. They are under the president's bomb shelter under the White House. Under the ruins of the White House. The president could be in Hawaii. You make a reference to World War Z there. And the vehicle pulls up and the Peter gets out. We catch the silhouette of Nick Fury, his long trench coat, his pipe and cigar, old school super spy vibe. They are inside the president's bomb shelter under the ruins of the White House. To the show, Peter Parker. I believe the last time you were down here, welcome to the show, Peter Parker. I believe the last time you were down here, nah, they wouldn't know about him like, watching that gamma explosion. That's way too inside. That's way too we know everything now. I don't like that shit. Welcome, Peter Parker. The president's bomb shelter. Convenient. Welcome, Peter Parker, to the president's bomb shelter under what used to be the White House. Welcome, Peter Parker, the president's bomb shelter under what used to be the White House. Top of the world, huh, kid? Peter tries to do some jaw jacking back. How is your president nowadays? How is your president nowadays? Where is your president? Who is your president nowadays? Where is your president? Hawaii. Last time I checked. Making another shitty movie. Hawaii. Last time I checked. Making another shitty movie. I think this one. I think this one's about you. Top of the world, huh, kid? How is your president nowadays? Where is your president? Hawaii. Last time I checked. Making another shitty movie. I think this one's about you. I think this one's about you. If you've gone through all this effort, if you've gone through all this effort to kill me, if you've gone through all this effort to mock me, if you've gone through all this effort to mock me, at least give me a drink. If you've gone through all this effort to mock me, then at least give me a drink. Nah, Hawaii. Last time I checked, making another shitty movie. I think this one's about you. I like to counter that insult. I'd like to counter that insult. I'd like to counter that insult with a couple of shots to the face. I'd like to counter that insult with a couple of shots to the face. But you have me. All right, nah, it's cheesy. Not gonna fucking threaten him. You have me. You have me at a disadvantage. You have me at a disadvantage, sir. Seem to know a lot about me. You seem to know not a lot. You seem to know enough about me. Yet I know nothing about you. Why you went through. Why you went through all this effort. You have me at a disadvantage, sir. You seem to know enough about me, yet I know nothing about you. Why you went through all this effort to bring me here. Why you went through all this effort to bring me here. Why you went through all this effort to bring me here. Unless you were just, unless you were just, unless you were just looking for the Sandman. You have me at a disadvantage, sir. You seem to know enough about me, and yet I know nothing about you. Why you went through all the effort to bring me here, all this effort to bring me here. Unless you were just looking for the Sandman, and I got lucky. So you want to cut the mocking? So you want to cut the mockery? So you want to cut the mockery and get to the fucking point? So he's pissed off, man. You have me at a disadvantage, sir. I seem to know enough about me, and yet I know nothing about you. Or why you went through all this effort to bring me here. Unless you were just looking for the Sandman, and I got lucky. So you want to cut the mockery and get to the fucking point? Want to cut the mockery and get to the fucking point? You look thirsty, kid. Agent Clement, Agent Clement will take you for a shaved shit in the shower. Not a shave. Agent Clement, you look thirsty, kid. Agent Clemmer, yes, sir. Get this kid a milkshake. Get this kid a milkshake. And get him a shave and take him for a shave, shit and shower. Get this kid a milkshake. Get this kid a milkshake. Then take him for a shave, a shit and shower. All in that order, sir. All in that order, sir. We'll talk after. And by the way, the name's Fury. Nick Fury. The name's Fury. Nick Fury. We see Peter firmly cleaned up and wearing gray shield sweats, sweatpants, and sweatshirt and hoodie and zipped hoodie. Open zipped hoodie. That's a fucking I wear. That's how I dress. We see Peter firmly cleaned up and wearing gray shield sweatpants and opens in matching open zip hoodie. We see a firmly cleaned up and freshly shaved and hydrated Peter wearing gray shield sweatpants and matching open zipped hoodie. I like that. He is sitting relaxed on the president's on one of the president's comfortable leather leather recliners while watching Nick Fury's presentation. And Patch, good for you. While watching Nick Fury's presentation. Nick Fury explains while showing Peter the images on the hologram. So the idea is Nick Fury is going to expose a little to Peter, exposition, tell him what's going down, and then say, you're going to be heading up a team. They have him holed up in an abandoned castle. We see holographic images of a castle heavily guarded. See holographic images of a castle heavily guarded. Heavily guarded by an army of armed scavengers of armed soldiers with insignias from Madripoor. Insignias and weapons from Madripoor. So Nick Fury will say. All right. We have to change this around. Let's just get let's get the dialogue in there. 'Cause I don't think we'll need another issue. I think we're good right now. I think I know what I'm doing here. We'll save who done it for next issue, next class. Comfortable? If you have it, I wouldn't say no. I wouldn't say no to popcorn and a soda. If you have it, I wouldn't say no to popcorn and a soda. We don't. We don't. Well, well, carry on then. Your previous mayor. When Empire City when Empire City seceded, why is that all the way down there? Let me back this. When Empire City seceded, and your man, your best buddy, Norman, took over as the mayor, he had made a promise that Empire City wouldn't get involved, in the war. Fuck you, Yep. Neither red nor blue, he proclaimed. By the time we figured out he was dealing arms, he was selling arms to both sides. Neither red nor blue, he proclaimed. By the time we figured out he was selling arms to both sides, the damage was already done. And even after the country was done killing each other, was ready for reconstruction. He refused to share any of the technology. I don't want the Guinness burger. But even after the country was done killing each other and was ready for reconstruction, he refused to share any of the technological gifts. The damage is already done. Even after the country was done killing each other and was ready for reconstruction. By the time we figured out he was selling arms to both sides, we didn't have the resources. Neither side was dealing arms and luxuries. Not arms. He's dealing arms. By the time we figured out he was selling arms and luxuries, by the time we figured out he was selling arms and luxuries to both sides, the damage was already done. Neither side could afford to blockade. And even after the country was done killing each other and was ready for reconstruction, he refused to share any of the technological gifts of Empire City, which left all the country wide open for scavengers, wide open for foreign agents. I've been using Madripoor. What the fuck is that? Which left all the country wide open for foreign agents who have been dealing arms out of Madripoor. Left all the country wide open for foreign agents who have been dealing arms out of Madripoor. Who've been smuggling arms and weapons out of Madripoor and into the hands of thousands of scavengers. Yeah, what the fuck? Oh shit. Yellow. This is him. Let me stop recording. Sorry about that. We'll have to tag that on to the end. We were literally just about to finish. I have a huge delivery coming today, so that has to be done. Okay. He refused to share any of the technological gifts of Empire City. Sorry about that. Which left all of the country wide open for foreign agents who've been smuggling arms and weapons out of Madripoor and into the hands of thousands of scavengers. Arming the survivors. Arming the survivors to finish each other off. Arming the survivors to finish each other off. A whole lot easier to take over when there's no one left. Even after a nuclear war, even after a nuclear civil war, much of this country is still prime real estate. All right. So Peter will say, we got a lot of dialogue there. So Peter will say, sometimes it takes a while. This is how we make perfection. Perfection! Gotta move the notes. To the bottom of 15. All right. Much of this country is still prime real estate. A whole lot easier to take over when there's no one left. Even after a nuclear civil war, much of this country is still prime real estate. We see a holographic image of Tony Stark. We see a close up holographic image of Tony Stark. See a close up holographic image. Okay, so let's do it. Okay, we're going to do this. Let's close this bitch out. See. So where do I fit in? So where do I fit in? Even before he was ousted by your departed Dr. Octopus, even before he was ousted by your departed Dr. Octopus, there was a group of there was a group of there was a group of concerned Empire City citizens who wanted to give back to the country to help in the recovery effort. Even before he was ousted by your departed Dr. Octopus, there was a group of concerned Empire City citizens who wanted to give back to the country to help in the recovery effort. One of them is now the mayor. One of them is now the mayor. Jameson? Jameson? Who knew the cold-blooded bastard? Who knew the cold-blooded bastard cared? Apparently, he only hates you. Apparently, he only hates you. Can't imagine why. But for now, besides the construction of the Sky Bridge, apparently he only hates you. I can't imagine why. But for now, besides the construction of the Sky Bridge, which was the first real connection between Empire City and the mainland below. Besides the construction of the Sky Bridge, which was the first real connection between Empire City and the mainland below, they sent an ambassador. Come on. Hello? Oh no, I know. Yeah, yeah. You're not supposed to be on Andrews. Supposed to be on Southwest first. So I think you went over one. Oh, yeah. Are you in front of the big Flow building? Does it say Flow? It says the Flow building, right? It should be a big Flow building. The wharf should be in front of you there. All right, third time. Usually I pause it, but I forgot how to pause. We're almost finished, and I got this guy coming around the fucking corner here. All right, I want this done. Jameson, who knew the cold-blooded bastard kid? Apparently, he only hates you. I can't imagine why. But for now, besides the construction of the Sky Bridge, which was the first real connection between Empire City and the mainland below, they sent an ambassador to start the reconstruction. Dark Enterprises, Wonderkind. Stark Enterprises, Wonderkind, Tony Stark. I've heard of him. Everyone knows of his father. They teach us about his father in the history class. I've heard of him. They taught us about his father. I've heard of him. My father read me stories. Uncle Ben. Uncle Ben worked for his father. Uncle Ben was a pilot for his father. I've heard of him. My Uncle Ben was a pilot for his father. He's missing. He went missing over a year ago. We had him declared dead. He went missing over a year ago. We had him declared dead till one of our drones picked up his signature. He went missing over a year ago. We had him declared dead till one of our drones picked up his signature. He's trapped. He's trapped in a castle. He's trapped in a castle deep out along the Pennsylvania Turnpike. He's trapped in a castle deep out along the Pennsylvania Turnpike, keeping him alive because he's building He's building their weapons. Exactly. Seven, late. Close up on Peter leaping out of his seat. Easy. Fuck me. All right, we'll finish this when we're done here with this guy. The last piece of the puzzle. The last goddamn panel. The soup is cooking. The books are all here. Everything's done. Work responsibilities are done. All right. So he said, because he's rebuilding, because he's building their weapons. Exactly. He's building their weapons. He's their, he's their slave. Exactly. Close up Peter leaping out of his chair, refreshed and feeling confident. Close up on Peter leaping out of his chair, refreshed and feeling confident. So now I get it. You're recruiting me to go into that. You're recruiting me to go into the lion's den. So now I get it. You're recruiting me to go into the lion's den and rescue your Iron Man. Rescue your Iron Knight. So now I get it. You're recruiting me to go into the lion's den and rescue your Iron Knight. Close up on Peter leaping out of his chair, refreshed and feeling confident. So now I get it. You're recruiting me to go into the lion's den and rescue your Iron Knight. So now I get it. You're recruiting me to go into the lion's den and rescue your Iron Knight. So now I get it. You're recruiting me to go into the lion's den and rescue your Iron Knight. I want you to head up the team. I want you to head up the team. Team? Team? You can't mean it. See, the idea is he thinks he's asking him to join the fucking Avengers. You can't mean it. All right, let me just open that up so that doesn't buzz. That cool. We got this. Oh, we're done right now. Oh shit, sorry. You can't mean it. Team, you can't mean it. Remember, Peter's excited. He thinks Nick Fury's about to ask him to join the Avengers. Showing him into a private room, into another room. Peter first walks in thinking he's about to be asked to join the Avengers, but in reality, Nick Fury takes him into a room where we see the Sandman still encased in his glass carbonite prison. We see the Vulture sprawled up almost like Da Vinci's Every man. Like a clock. What's Da Vinci's thing called? Leonardo da Vinci. Da Vinci's Everyman? Is it called Everyman? Da Vinci's sketch. It's the fucking sketch. Superman sketch. God damn it. There it is. No. Well, invention sketch. Invention sketch of man. Why can't we find this fucking thing? Leonardo da Vinci sketches of man. There it is. What's it called? What's this called? What the fuck is it called? Why can't you just tell me? Da Vinci's Vitruvian Man. Okay, good. Da Vinci's strolled up, not almost, looking like Da Vinci's Vitruvian Man. His wings pinned. We see Norman Osborn strapped up on a standing gurney like Hannibal Lecter. My whole life, my whole life, I dreamed of teaming up with. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. My whole life, I dreamed of teaming up with Cat. You gotta be kidding me. Love it. There is your fucking page. Oh, been waiting forever to finish this fucking page. It took me 19 fucking takes, but we got the comic books upstairs. It's all said and done. Oh, we did it. Oh, we did it. And we didn't do filler, half-assed, or rush, which I fucking do not like doing. I forbid it. However long it fucking takes to get that perfect fucking... All right, Lecter. Lecter. All right, works too. Still smirking, even though apparently unconscious. You gotta be kidding me. Put 15 separate. Ladies and gentlemen, this fucking thing is finished for the day. Save it. Save it as a PDF. Oh, wonderful. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being so patient. This was a long class today, but we got 2 great fucking pages out of it. Oh, we're having fun. We're having fun. I love writing comic books. And as always, may fate and faith decide your fortune. And if you should enjoy this, classes, make sure to show your love here at the brand new Pharaoh's Lounge Kickstarter. Peace, love, and war. All that shit in between.